Scrum ceremonies. In Scrum, we have 4 ceremonies, and these ceremonies helps us in implementing agile values and principles in our development process. Now, things start with the first ceremony of Scrum, which is a sprint planning. So our sprint, which is equivalent of an iteration, starts with sprint planning meeting. After this, we work on sprint, we work on creating working software for a sprint duration, and every day we do a second ceremony, which is daily Scrum. Once we are done with our committed sprint work, we show it to a product owner and stakeholders in a ceremony or in a meeting called sprint review. Once everything is done, we look at what went well, what can be improved further in a meeting or a ceremony called sprint retrospective. Now, so these are the 4, and this is how they are distributed across the sprint timeline. When we are doing sprint planning meeting, what we do? We can visualize sprint planning meeting in a 2 segments. In a segment 1, a product owner represent a prioritized product backlog. So as an input to a sprint planning meeting is prioritized product backlog. Now, a team talks about their capacity. They know what all they can do in a given duration on the basis of availability of the team members, on the basis of availability of working hours they have in their hand. And here we have priorities. So they try to develop a balance. Product owner and team try to develop a balance and commit to a set of product backlog item which they can deliver in an upcoming sprint. So they create a sprint goal, which is a summary level statement, and this goal is further elaborated by way of selected product backlog items which are coming from the product backlog. Once the segment 1 is done, team has a work list of features which they need to develop in an upcoming sprint. Now, in order to develop those features or a product backlog items, they need to work out approach. They need to create engineering activities, a detailed plan. So in the second segment of sprint planning meeting, they create a detailed plan. In this plan, they identify all engineering activities which needs to be performed in order to finish that particular feature. Along with identification of these desired activity, this required activity, they also estimate number of ideal hours required on a given tasks or activities. In order to drive these activities, they may also get into design discussions. So as a final output of this sprint planning meeting, output coming from a segment 2, they get a sprint backlog. So product backlog is an item of all the desired work, a functionality level, a detail which product owner can understand and prioritize. Sprint backlog is a collection of engineering tasks which a team can understand and work on. But product owner may not be able to understand the task or a sprint backlog items because they are written in an engineering language. Now, what is the role? What is the goal of this planning meeting? Why do we do it? Since we work on rolling wave planning, we don't plan upfront. So whatever we make initially is a release level plan, which is a tentatively list of features we think we would be able to develop going on in an upcoming iteration. But we don't create detailed engineering activities for the project in the beginning. Once we reach to the particular iteration, because that is the right time to identify the required amount of engineering activity for a given item, that particular time we make a plan. So while doing a sprint planning meeting, we are really implementing rolling wave planning. We are ensuring that planning is a continuous activity throughout the project. Every iteration we have to do it. It's not at the beginning of the project we have to do it. So it helps us in doing rolling wave planning. And the advantage is when we are doing this planning, we are already incorporating learning which are coming from previous iterations. Learning could be related to the product, prioritization. Learning could be related to the capacity of the team. They may not be able to produce a planned velocity as visualized during the release planning meeting. So that helps us in adjusting our plan. Now let's talk about roles. Who does what? So when we talk about roles, product owner in the first segment present the product backlog. He is the one who gives a priority. There could be a discussion between a product owner and team, and there could be a reprioritization or a splitting of a given stories in order to fit into the capacity which team has. Team declares the capacity, commit to sprint goals, figure out how they are going to implement these product backlog items by way of sprint backlog, because they are the one who creates sprint backlog. Estimate sprint backlog. So they also do an estimation for sprint backlog item. They may assign in the same meeting some of the product sprint backlog items which has to be done in the near future, say upcoming 3-4 days during the same meeting. So initial level of task assignment can also happen here. Scrum Master, what he does? As usual, he ensures Scrum values are followed. How? We are doing right amount of discussions. We are committing to right amount of work. We are not under committing or over committing. And he also facilitates an interaction, an healthy interaction between PO and team. He also facilitates the complete meeting. Now our second ceremony is daily scrum, and this is the only ceremony which happens every day. A 15-minute collaboration, coordination, fine-grained monitoring, transparency meeting which helps team in coordinating their work and also helps them in becoming self-organized. So what we do? We started with a sprint backlog. We have a sprint goal in our hand. This is for the complete sprint duration. Now on a day-to-day basis, we need to look how well we are doing against sprint goals. What is the plan for next 24 hours? So the daily scrum helps us in creating and synchronizing plan for next 24 hours. So there is a format. There are 3 questions. There are different languages used for those 3 questions. The primary intent is the first question talks about what we have done or what team member has done in last 24 hours. What we are planning to do in next 24 hours. And is there anything which is coming in our way? Do we have any impediment which needs to be taken care? So impediment should be discussed. Now, in general, the input for this daily Scrum meeting is again a sprint backlog. And output is also further, we are discussing a sprint backlog here and identifying the impediments or action items. Now, why do we do it? What is the goal of a daily Scrum? As I said, it helps us in doing day level planning. It creates a fine grain coordination. Since everybody would be knowing what's going on, who is working on what. It also creates a peer pressure because you are getting exposed every 24 hours. You need to tell what you are working on. It also gives an opportunity to raise impediments. It helps us in assessing how we are moving towards Scrum goals. Now let us look at who does what in this particular meeting. Product owner is an optional guy. He is not required to be present in all the daily Scrum meeting. Team are the one who are responsible for conducting this meeting and discussing and these 3 questions. Scrum Master has to ensure that team does this meeting in a true sense. And he also need to facilitate. He is a default facilitator. Now, lot of time you may get a situation where in a daily Scrum people are discussing something which is beyond these 3 questions. So it is always recommended that daily Scrum should happen in a strict time box of 15 minutes and people, the team member, should be only discussing these 3 questions. They should not be getting in the details of a problem which they are facing. That discussion can happen after this daily Scrum meeting and only relevant people can talk about it. So it's not a problem solving meeting. It's a coordination and exposing of a status meeting. You just share what you are doing. Now the daily Scrum is also not a meeting to provide a status to a Scrum Master. It's not like that every team member is expected to report a status to a Scrum Master in a daily Scrum meeting. The team is self-organized, the team is self-managed, and they are their own manager. So it's their meeting where they share status with each other. It is expected that team member will look at each other, the complete team, while discussing their status of previous 24 hours and next 24 hours. So do keep these points in mind, that it is not a status meeting for a Scrum Master and this is not a problem solving meeting, and it should get finished in 15 minutes. Even if few of people have not given their status, but we need to enforce the time box. So going forward, they understand that this is the only time which they have for this particular meeting. Sprint review. Now, we started with a sprint level plan. Whatever duration of sprint we had. For example, if we had a 30 days sprint duration, we started with the sprint planning. We made a sprint backlog which was of 30 days. Every day we refined it by way of doing daily Scrum. We spoke about what we are going to do in next 24 hours. And finally, we are done with our work. We produced as per the commitment which we made in a sprint planning meeting. And we have working software, a ready software which can be potentially shipped. Now this software we will present to the product owner and to the stakeholders in this meeting. So in this meeting, we present the working software to PO and stakeholders. So if you talk about an input to this particular meeting, we can think like an increment, which is an increment of potentially shippable product, and a sprint goal, or a selected product backlog items. So team gives a demo of how this selected product backlog item for a given sprint has been implemented in a working software. They give a demo of working software. Now product owner can accept, so PO can accept or reject the work, and stakeholder can provide feedback, comment on the working thing. This is the only ceremony where stakeholders are invited. In rest of the ceremonies, the three roles are playing their roles. But here, stakeholders are invited and they are welcome to make comments and provide feedbacks. Their product related feedbacks will be looked by product owner, because he is the one who will finally decide what goes inside the product backlog or what remains outside it. Why do we do it? So this is a meeting where we show a working software. This is a meeting which show our progress, because in Agile we measure progress on the basis of working software. This gives an opportunity to stakeholders to look at the product. Now during the sprint, we were only listening to the product owner. This is the only time where stakeholders are also coming along with the product owner. This also ensures that there is a synchronization or a matching of a goal or a direction between the stakeholders and product owners. So who are these stakeholders? A people related to your production, the people, a sales guys, a support guy who would be using this particular software for his day-to-day work. Those all could be your stakeholders. Now let's talk about roles. Who does what? So product owner accept or reject work. Team demo the work. Take an accountability of the work. The sprint review meeting also helps us in creating team accountability, because they know at the end of the sprint they have to show what they have done, and they are the one who are presenting it to it. It's not like Scrum Master or Product Owner will present, they are the one who has to present it. Scrum Master ensures a right amount of discussion. The true spirit of sprint review has followed, so follow Scrum. You need to ensure that Scrum has been followed. And second, a facilitator. By way of facilitator, he sends the meeting request, he prepares the agenda, he brings the logistic related support, whatever is needed, projector, etc. He is the one who is responsible for organizing the facility and bringing the stakeholders for this particular meeting. And that is why it is recommended to keep a fixed duration sprint. So everybody in your stakeholder list is aware that every fourth Friday they have to go for sprint review meeting, for example. So giving a fixed rhythm will also reduce a Scrum Master's facilitation work, because everybody would be knowing fourth Friday sprint review. Now everything is done. We committed something, we delivered something, few things got accepted, few things got rejected. There were some development problems, build got failed multiple times during the sprint, and that was the reason we could not meet all our sprint goals. Many things happened during the work. Now this is a time where we want to look at what went well, what should we stop doing, how can we improve our upcoming sprints, how can we make our upcoming sprints more enjoyable and productive. And For that, we do a retrospective. So retrospective is a thought exercise where we discuss or think about complete sprint experience. We talk about what went well, what was not so good, what is still puzzling us, or what should we stop doing, continue doing, or start doing. So there could be various thought exercises or group thinking activities we can perform in order to identify how to improve our development process. Now, since it's an empirical process and adaptation is a very essential element of empirical process, so retrospective meeting is an essential element to do a process audit, to identify corrective and preventive action for our upcoming sprints. We don't have a baseline data, we don't have a baseline velocity, we don't have a baseline amount of work hours we have to work in a given sprint. We just look back to our own experience, and that is why we have a sprint retrospective at the end of every sprint. Goal: improve. Not to find fault. This is not a place where we want to find out because of whom this build got failed. No. This is a place where we have to find out what should we do in our development process so the failure of builds stops. How to reduce the frequency of build failures, not who did what. Now, if you talk about roles, who does what in this particular meeting, we have product owner as an optional guy. He's not required for this meeting. Sometimes he may come just to observe. He's not required to participate in this meeting because it's a team's meeting. And team is the one who is responsible for figuring out how to improve. It is not for the Scrum Master. This meeting is not for handling complaints. Team is not here to just tell this didn't work, this didn't work, this didn't work. And Scrum Master, you do something. No. This is a place where team have to find out these were the trends, these were the issues. Now let us think, let us find out how to fix it. So team has to find the solution. Scrum Master is just a facilitator. So they need to analyze and find actions. The output of sprint retrospective should be an extendable items which can be included in the next sprint, which will go as a sprint backlog item. Next sprint, when we are again doing sprint planning meeting, we should consider them. A Scrum Master has to ensure that this meeting happens as per Scrum guidelines. A right amount of discussion, right amount of analysis, identification of action items, focusing on issues, not on individuals. He has to ensure that. And he is the one who is facilitator of this particular meeting. So he is by default a facilitator, the Scrum Master. Now, this meeting will give us corrective and preventive actions, and we should take them in a next sprint. So this is how our complete cycles will keep going on. We start with here, we do the sprint, and once we are done, we show the product, take a look at the process, and do it again. So these are the 4 ceremonies of Scrum.